I bought the cheapest baritone on the internet. Today, I'm gonna be unboxing and checking out the cheapest baritone on the internet. I looked basically everywhere you could search to try to find this thing. I went to reputable websites to find their cheapest instruments, and then I went to less reputable websites to find their cheapest instruments, and I came across the Genuine Baritone from Temu, totaling a whopping $252.92. The moment I saw this thing was pretty much an instant buy. So let's open this bad boy up and we'll see what we got. All right. Oh, check that bad boy out. I ordered this thing a really long time ago and it's been sitting in a corner in my basement. I haven't had time to actually unbox it. So I'm surprised to see that it actually came in a case. I didn't remember whether or not it came with one. Feels pretty nice actually. First little look here. Got a little front zipper pocket. Open that bad boy up. And we got luggage straps. Ooh, we know what that means. Looking on the back, we got some clips here. So let me move over to the side and I'll show you guys how these things feel. Ooh, it looks pretty comfy. I assume, because I haven't actually done it yet. And there we go. Just like every other cheapy case I've ever looked at, this has the old clasps here and a grabby thing. They're fine. Big reveal time. You got white gloves. Once again, I'm surprised at the fact that they put white gloves in there. Guess what? That's what they look like. Wow. They don't feel very good. I don't know, they don't really fit my fingers good. Something I forgot to mention, the zippers are all intact, which is not a given depending on what instrument you do get. So I'm pretty happy with the zippers so far. Get back into it here. Got some gel packets, don't eat those. And we got a little cloth so we can clean our instrument out. Ooh, it's actually branded to their little thing here. That's their logo. Wow. It feels nice. All right, oh, another gel pack. Ooh, we got a mouthpiece right here. Let's stick that for later. I wouldn't be surprised if you thought this was gonna be plastic because of how cheap it is, but this thing is actually fully brass. Oh, I'm gonna pull her out. That's what the rest of the case looks like. It seemed to fit into the case pretty good. Happy with that fit. And now we can lose the case as we finally get to this beautiful instrument. I assume. Here we go. I got a baritone. There's gonna be a video in the future sometime where I open it after all this ado and they don't even send me the thing. It's like a big scam. This is the actual instrument, ladies and gentlemen. And you know what? It's pretty. Man, look at that. Look at right here. They even threw on their own little branding. That's so fancy. Golly, look at that. It's good looking. If this thing makes any noise at all, I'm already gonna be pretty happy with it. It's just pretty. The little spit valve looks pretty good. Do these come in and out? So far, so good there. That one's moving. That one's moving. We are going to start with the valves. I'm gonna start with number one. I'm gonna loosen that bad boy up, pull it out, and we'll see what we're working with. You know, for something that has been sitting in my basement for months, literally months, this is actually looking pretty okay. It looks like they may have actually put some oil on there. It looks kinda like wet, I guess. Is kind of a weird way to say that. I don't see a spring anywhere. There it is. That's the spring we're working with. Wing, 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 wing. Pop that back in. Looking into the inside of it, it doesn't look like, you know, brand new, I wouldn't say. The inside of this thing, kind of like the valve trombone I got, just doesn't look 100% clean. I'm gonna oil it now. Got my blue juice. You can fight me in the comments on what oil you like best. Whatever works, works, baby. All right, stick that back in there. Second valve time. That's what the second valve looks like. The bottom looks kind of dirty too. So, you know, see if that affects anything. Hopefully not. Put a little oil on there. Number three. Man, if this thing plays, I'm gonna be super pumped. And that's what we're looking like for the third one. The bottom looks, I don't know, maybe a little cleaner than the other one did. The rest of it looks kind of similar. Seat that back up. All right, let's start pulling some of these slides out. So here's my tuning slide. That's what our tuning slide looks like. Honestly, pretty clean. I'm very happy with that. First valve slide, that's what that guy looks like. Same deal, pretty darn clean. Second valve slide, little baby second valve. Ooh, still pretty clean. And then we got the third valve slide. Same deal, super long, super clean. Big piece of metal. It's gonna play, we're all very excited about it. All right, valve time. Let's go ahead and push these bad boys down and we'll see what feels. Ooh, good. Good. Ooh, not as good. Okay, it's better. Maybe it just needed a little first press to get the cobwebs out there. Okay, I think we're good. The other two felt great. Now, feeling this horn, feels pretty good so far. Feels pretty tiny. I mean, I've got some baritones at home that are definitely bigger than this. I'm gonna hope that this does have the correct pitch as I come out, and if this isn't like an alto horn or something. All right, mouthpiece time. Gotta unwrap it. Oh, there it is. They got us a silver mouthpiece to go with our gold horn. There is no number on this thing to tell us what size it is. So I cannot tell you what size it is because I don't know. Go ahead and hit me down in the comments and tell me what size this is. I'm gonna wipe all the oil off my hands. These rags do come in handy when you're first unboxing. And I'll wipe some of the oil off the instrument too. You know, the first thing I noticed about this horn, just even putting it up to my mouth and not playing it, this is what you're looking at. I feel like it should almost curve around a little bit more so I can play it kind of like this, maybe? I don't know. It's been a while since I played a baritone. But this seems like the horn's kind of shooting off to my side kind of weird, so I don't know. So things I'm going to be looking at here, I want to see how easy it plays, if it feels nice as I'm blowing into it, if the valves keep working while I'm playing it, and I want to see how in tune it is. All right, first sounds. Oh man, that's kind of loud. If only I had a sponsor that could help protect my ears. Oh wait, I do. Thank you to Decibels for sponsoring this video. They have sent me their custom molded professional high fidelity earplugs. In all seriousness, I am a band director and I have to stand in front of a very loud band every single day. So hearing protection is something that is very important to me. I didn't take care of my ears enough as a kid, and because of that, I have a little bit of hearing loss in one ear. So this year I went out of my way and I actually bought cheap earplugs that my band can come and just grab whenever they want them. But the thing about those cheap replaceable earplugs is they don't fit very well and they don't do a great job of keeping the sound pure. So not only do these things come with a boatload of tips to make sure that the inside of your ear fits really well, but this part here on the outside actually molds to fit on the outside of your ear as well. That's really nice. You'll notice after I've gotten them cured, that is what they look like. That is apparently my fit. There's actually two different versions of these earplugs. You can head over to Sweetwater to check those out. You can find them with the link in the description. And thank you to Decibels for sponsoring this video. All right, let's hit that first sound again. Now that I got some sound pushing in here, I do want to check to make sure that I am playing a low B flat. It feels like a low B flat, but let's make sure. If I play and this thing's like magically tuned to a C, we're gonna have some problems. All right, here we go. It's a B flat. I'm sharp, but it's a B flat. Let's actually tune myself here. Still sharp. Now I'm flat. In tune. Baritone, thankfully, is one of the few instruments that I feel qualified to run through a chromatic scale on, so I am going to run through the chromatic here quick. We're just gonna see if all the pitches play. I don't see why they wouldn't, but so far I've played no valves, so who knows. I will leave my tuner running so that you can watch that. Ooh, what's going on here? It sounds like I've got a spin in there already, and I haven't even really played yet. You know what? I'm gonna blow out all the valves quick, and we're just gonna see if that maybe opens anything up here. Now I'm nervous. Now I've not greased any of the slides, but that really shouldn't matter on a first playthrough, but you probably should do it. All right, let's try this again. I'm trying not to play too loud for my kids. Finally took a good breath. Breathe good, kids, it helps. I will say the valves still aren't super great. They're not bad by any means, like they're doable, but like this third one is still giving me just a little bit of trouble. Like I'm not super confident that's gonna work for me every time. It's coming up fine. It's coming up fine, I don't know. It was 250 bucks. All right, let's try that concert B flat scale. right, so I haven't actually gone below a B flat yet. Let's check the low end. Oh, yeah. That pedal tone was actually really easy. All right, let's see if I can go lower than the pedal. Nah, that's probably all I got. All right, still pretty darn impressed with this thing so far. Let's check the real world play test here. You know, unfortunately, the one thing that this did not come with was a stand. Ah. E natural. One more thing I want to try here. I'm going to put a little bit of pressure on all of the joints, and I want to see how sturdy they feel. I have had some cheapo instruments that came apart on me after not so long, so I want to make sure the soldering is all good. Okay, I don't want to pull any harder than that for obvious reasons. Oh, I think we're good. Man, this thing feels sturdy. Honestly, I like this thing a lot. I don't know if it's gonna last you forever, but I think you'd have a harder time finding a better instrument for $250. Even used, I doubt you're gonna find a baritone for 250 bucks, and this thing is working pretty good so far. All right, it has been 1 week. I have taken this thing to school. I have played it through a bunch of rehearsals, and here's what I can say. The valves are still working. It is still easy to play. It sounds as good as I would expect it to. And overall, I'm just really happy with this thing. So there you go, cheapest baritone on the internet. Obviously, time will tell if this thing actually holds up to daily playing, but my first impressions. If you enjoyed this video, go down and leave a comment. Make sure you like and subscribe. Thank you to my patron of the arts for supporting this channel. And thank you once again to Decibels for sponsoring this video.